The Taylor men's golf team kicks off the 2020 spring schedule this week down in Florida, and I'm joined by their head coach, Cameron Andry, to look ahead to that spring portion of the schedule. You guys are the four-time defending Crossroads League champions, but a lot of youth experience-wise on the roster. How has the fall prepared you guys for the spring?
Well, the fall was a mixed bag for us. We had a couple of wins, and we also had a couple of performances that were not up to par, so to speak. And so, I think we do have a young group, and they're learning. And every event that we play is an opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we have to do to be successful, and sometimes what we can't do if we're going to be successful. So I've been really proud of the way that they've prepared throughout the off season. They've worked really hard in the weight room, and the last couple of weeks of practice preparing for this event have been good. So I think we're ready to go. It's a great opportunity. There are 8 teams in the field, and 7 of them are ranked in the top 20 in the NAIA. So we've got a great test ahead of us. But this is really just an opportunity for us to see where we are and where we need to go from here.
Is that the biggest goal of this upcoming tournament, with such top-flight competition there, and your guys maybe not seeing them because they haven't had an opportunity to play with guys like Alec and Jeremy and Mitch and Trey, and we could be here forever listing the guys that have helped you in those last 4 league championships. But for them, is it more of a time to look and see where they need to get to compete with those top teams this week?
Well, I think it's really just an opportunity, yes, for them to see what it takes to be part of the best. But also, I think for them to see that we aren't that far off. And sometimes, you play poorly in a couple of events and you start to think, man, are we not very good? And so part of this has been trying to instill in them the belief that we are a really good team, a championship caliber team. And so I would love for us to go down there, compete, and play well, and for the guys to see, hey, we can play with anybody, and that's why we play these events. We won't shy away from playing anybody, anywhere. We try to play the best competition that we can play on the best golf courses, and so that's what we're going to go do. And we also realize that this is a long spring, and the goal for us is to win the Crossroads League championship again. So we've got a long ways to go to reach that goal. This is the beginning, and so this will show us where we are and where we need to go from here.
Anyone that's looked outside, if they live here in the state of Indiana, the saw snow that came in Wednesday night into Thursday, how has that changed practice for you guys not being able to get outside?
Well, obviously, if we could get outside, that would be great, but we know that that's probably the reality at this point in time. And so I told them yesterday, we don't make excuses. We've got everything we need to be able to get ready to play with MD's Golf Academy that the guys have access to every day. And so they can hit plenty of golf balls. We can see ball flight. There's a short game area we can work in. We don't have any excuses. And so will there be a little bit of rust? Probably. But we get down there a couple of days early. We'll have a couple of days to practice and prepare in the warm weather. I know the guys are excited about that. I'm excited for it. And then we'll hit the ground running. And we have been able to have success in these early tournaments, and that's one of the reasons why we play them. I think some people think, why in the world would you do that? But we're not afraid of the challenge, and our guys, they have to get focused early on this spring because they know we've got a big event with a bunch of really good teams coming up, and so that's why we do it. And I'm sure we're going to be ready to go.
Cameron, thanks for the time. We're excited to watch you and the guys this spring.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
That is Cameron Andry, the Taylor Men's Golf head coach, joining me today to stay up to date with everything Taylor Men's Golf. Log on to TaylorTrojans.com.